I'm Janelle and I live in a van with my pet snake, Alfredo. Today I'm going to be giving you guys a tour of our tiny home, which is a 1995 GMC Bandura Explorer Limited. But first and foremost, I just want to say welcome to the first frickin' video on my YouTube channel. This video is long overdue. I've been living in this van for almost 2 years now. 7 months with my baby boy, but I think I am finally ready to share my home with you guys. This might be a little bit of a lengthy video, so sit back, relax, grab a snack, and enjoy. So I'm parked alongside Highway 1. A lot of cars are driving by. It's windy. We're right next to the ocean. So I apologize ahead of time for the audio. I think I accidentally flashed a biker gang and I don't know how I feel about it, so we're just gonna... Ah, it's a bug! Okay, I'm good. Okay, so this is my door. It's green and the van's blue, and that's because I was too cheap to get the door jambs repainted. Alongside the window, I have these Velcro dots that I used to hang my window covers up at night. So this is just a piece of Reflectix with some black felt over it, and it sticks right up against the window like so, completely blacked out, stealthy or whatever. In this compartment, I have a bottle of Cholula. Throughout the van, there are these wood engraved details that I love so much. It's what makes it limited, even though I've seen like 10 of these vans already, so I'm not that special. This is where my butt goes because I'm the only person who drives this van. Okay, so the van has front and rear AC and heat, which has been a lifesaver. And I also have an environmental air system, which is basically just an air purifier in the back by my bed. In the center here, I have my FM transmitter, and I love this thing so much. Plugged into it, I have a dual iPhone charger in case anyone wants to road trip with me. And right here, I just have some reading glasses, another set of reading glasses, and a third set of reading glasses. These slots, I believe, were originally for cassette tapes because there's a cassette player in the back, but no one uses that anymore. So I put my hair pick, kazoo, and my favorite sunglasses. I had to go out of my way to purchase this mug so that I would have something that fits in here, and I just have a planter on this side with a cactus that hurts. Okay, so up here I have the remote to my string lights, this little compartment for sunglasses, and then these switches that are for a whole bunch of miscellaneous things, but this one is for the sunroof, and I use this one, and these two for the lights in the back that run off the car battery. And in this compartment, I just have a whole bunch of sunglasses. And in that last compartment, I have an Android charger, and that is because all kinds of people are welcome in this household. And I put this little heart patch here next to the mirror so that I can remind myself to love myself, even on those days where I'm looking a little rough and it's apparent that I live out of my car. So on the passenger side, I have a tire pressure gauge and some maple syrup. In the passenger seat, I have Boba the bear, and he allows me to drive in the carpool lane, and he also wears the coats that don't fit in my closet. Down here, I have my glove compartment and my rollerblades. These things are so sentimental to me because prior to purchasing the van, these were my ride. And real quickly, I just wanted to show off my sexy sewing skills. I mean, come on, bro. That is professional. So I think I've covered more than enough up front. It's time to head on over to the back, which is the bedroom, bathroom, kitchen, living room. Before we jump into it, I just wanted to insert a quick clip of what the van looked like before I completely demolished it. This is the only video I have of the van in its original state, so bear with me. I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what I was dealing with when I was converting the van. I just wanted to I just wanted to bask in my own glory for a moment and say that I single-handedly removed both those captain chairs and the sofa bed in an AutoZone parking lot with nothing but my sheer strength and a wrench. And it only took me a week and a concussion later to finally get them out. Converting the van was like easy peasy, but that was freaking hell, dude. Okay, enough bragging. Let's get into the van. These are my front doors, I guess. On each window, I have some poster board. Of course, I have a world map because you're not really a van lifer unless you have a world map somewhere in your van. And then on this side, I have my body goals for this summer. I'm trying to be thick with 2 C's. And then here, I have some cute embroidery work on both doors. And clearly, I have a first aid kit. And here I have some reusable shopping bags because look at the ocean, it's beautiful and we need to not freaking ruin it. And here I just have a hammock and I will demonstrate for you how I set it up right now. Okay, so basically I just attached this carabiner to this leather strap and it's kind of risque. I mean, I only weigh 100 pounds, but still, you know. And on this side, I have this rope that extends the hammock because this is a child-size hammock, and I just loop it through this thing, which was originally for the seat belts, and it's bolted like into the van, so this is pretty sturdy. This is just like a knot that you use to tie your shoe. I feel like a baby being swaddled. This is great. This reminds me of when I first moved into the van, because I moved into the van prior to finishing my conversion. So for the first like 4 months, I was sleeping in a hammock. I also 10 out of 10 recommend getting a hammock in the summer because it's significantly cooler to sleep in than like a pink fluffy bed. So get yourself a hammock. So I fell asleep. We're just gonna pick up this tour where we left off and hopefully we can just get it over with today. Oh my god. I don't know if you were able to see in the first clip that the van was completely carpeted, and I ripped all of that out and laid 3 different types of insulations because I didn't know which one to use. I used Great Stuff, foam spray, a layer of Reflectix, and polyiso foam board. And right here, you can see where I sprayed the Great Stuff backwards and into my eyeballs. On top of the insulation, I just laid some plywood, and then I laid this waterproof vinyl with some vinyl adhesive. This is a basket where I keep my shoes that I wear on a daily basis, and then this is my dining room table slash office desk. To the left, you'll find my Dometic CFX 28 compressor fridge. This thing was expensive. I just have a Pendleton towel on top of here, and then this is my childhood blanket that I had since I was a baby. But anyways, all I have in here is some bananas that I should probably throw out. 2 lemons, some oat milk, some chai, a whole bunch of kombucha, and some cold brew. Basically, your staples to survival. I just wanted to interject really quickly and say that the reason my fridge looks so sparse is because I don't cook anything in the van. I eat out like 99% of the time, and that's a luxury that I can afford now that I don't pay rent. But I am not opposed to cooking. That's something that I actually want to indulge in because eating out gets kind of pricey and I want to save up for another van build. I've purchased a couple things for my kitchen that I think will help me in this process of becoming an adult. So stay tuned for that. The most unique thing about my van build is probably that I have a snake terrarium for Alfredo. I got Alfredo kind of on a whim, and I was due for a sink upgrade anyway, so I decided to kill two birds with one stone and build it in unison. This is approximately the same size as a 20-gallon terrarium. I custom cut these glass sliding doors. It only took me 6 times to finally get it right, but I just put this eraser wedge right here to keep it closed. And if we slide this open, you'll find Alfredo chilling in his warm side hide. So underneath that hide, there is a heating pad that is connected to this thermostat, and that is connected to my main battery. Underneath all of this, there is a piece of glass that is slightly lifted so that I was able to sneak that heating pad under there so that it wasn't touching the wood directly. This is Alfredo's favorite crystal. He is spiritual, and that's me. It's actually so cute. Alfredo will prop his head like on this picture of me, and I just love it. This is his water hole, and on that side is his cool side hide. And I just have a whole bunch of fake plants in here, and what do you know, it's me again. Having Alfredo is such an interesting dynamic because I love him so much, and he's literally incapable of loving me back, which is fine because that's like every boyfriend that I have ever had. So you might have thought that these are tiles, and I did too when I ordered them on Amazon, but they're not. They're stickers. So I decided to just keep them, and I laid some polyurethane over it to waterproof it. It could probably use another coat, but it's been fine for now. And then this is just a bar sink basin, and then I just use this to dry my dishes, even though I like never really have dishes because I don't cook. But yeah, that's pretty nifty. And then I have a Valterra manual hand pump, and this is more of a novelty because you might have noticed that, wait for it, oh there you go, you might have noticed that this is very short. I like sit down when I'm here, so there's not really room for a gigantic water tank. This 64-ounce hydro flask is what is connected to that faucet, and I just drilled a hole through the top of the cap and fed a tube through. I only use this to wash my face and brush my teeth, so this actually lasts me a good amount of time. For the majority of my water needs, I just use this 7-gallon water tank, and I fill it up about once or twice a month. It only costs $1 to fill it up with some purified drinking water, and I just grab my mug and fill it up and use it for things that require water because this thing is so annoying. As for gray water, I decided that in this sink I didn't want to have a gray water tank because the last one was just gross, so I decided to cut a hole through the bottom of the van and just let everything drain outside. And with this comes great responsibility, so I always use biodegradable soaps. Dr. Bronner's is bomb.com. Under here I also have some baby wipes, a spray bottle with some water, a couple washcloths, and this is a lot more sustainable than using a whole bunch of paper towels. And here I have my air purifier, and I love this thing. So I take this out every night. It really helps with the dust and the debris and the pollen that is inevitable when you live in a van. So this has significantly improved the air quality in here. The reason I bought it is because I had some body work done and there was like paint dust and I just kept getting sick. And 2 days of running this and I just felt so much better. It also has a nightlight at the top. If you're living in such a confined space, you should definitely get an air filter. This doesn't even draw that much power, so it's definitely worth it. Behind my air filter, I just keep my gym bag, and on this side, I have all of my toiletries and random products. And then that is my trash can. And my trash can is so small because one, I don't really accumulate that much waste, And two, having a big trash can is kind of gross. Like, you don't want to be driving around with all your trash. So every time I go get gas, I take out my trash, and that's like once a week. Speaking of gross and gas, I guess, I know many of you guys are curious about where I use the bathroom. And I just want to say that there is very few rules in this van, but there's one, and that is no one is allowed to go number 2 inside the van. That is gross. Just thinking about gross. But yeah, I live in the city for the most part, so I have an abundance of toilets available to me. But in the case of an absolute emergency, I have tucked away behind this, in this compartment here that says headphones, an emergency pee bottle, and an emergency pee bottle for when 16 ounces just doesn't cut it. Using those bottles is an absolute last resort. I think after living in the van for this long, my body is intuitive and I kind of have a schedule. I am probably outside of the van more than I'm in the van. I'm at coffee shops, I'm at restaurants, I'm out doing things. So I take advantage of the bathroom, and I always tell myself, even if you don't gotta go, you gotta go because you don't want to go later in your pink sparkly Nalgene bottle. Toothbrush, toothpaste, also Dr. Bronner's, some floss, 73 cents in pennies. I have this ashtray that is filled with these erasers for Alfredo's tank, and then some buttons for the TV that I ripped out because I don't watch TV anymore. And this is a cup holder with a cactus, and yes, it's real. This is my third one because the first 2 drowned. And I have these buttons here that were for the sofa bed that was in here originally, and that was pretty cool because it was all motorized, but I didn't need it and it was too heavy. And in here I just have a flat iron. So this is how I open the window, and then the key is not to touch the cactus. You just kind of air. So I always make sure that my windows are completely blacked out before I go to sleep. This is just another piece of Reflectix with black felt. And for the top portion, I just have these blackout curtains, and they have Velcro on them so that they stick nice and snug against the window. In the basket next to my water container, I have all of my kitchen stuff, and that includes the only pan that I own, which is this mini cast iron, my salt shaker, and then I have my Jetboil Minimo that hooks up to this isobutane propane mix. And the only thing that I made in here so far is ramen, and it turned out pretty good. It's kind of hard to mess up ramen. Guys, I bought this Jetboil a while ago and decided to use it for the first time today to make ramen. And I have my skylight open so I don't die. And it literally exploded everywhere. I am not an adult. But now I have this to boil water with for my tea. So basically you just dunk that baby in here and plug this up there, and in a minute you have boiling water. It's great. I love it. It's so much better than wasting propane, and it really doesn't draw that much power either. So you should definitely get one of these if you live in a van. Up here I keep more kitchen things. This is a blender. It's like my newest gadget, and it's also USB rechargeable. I also have one bowl, a spatula for I don't know why, a mug, and beeswax for sandwiches. And then I have one set of utensils. Oh, okay, you'll get a kick out of this. So I ordered a cutting board on Amazon, and this is what I got. What am I supposed to cut on here? But it gets better. Are you seeing this? This is the Goal Zero Yeti Lithium 1400. I don't want to get too much into my power system in the van. I want to do a separate video on that. But basically I have 3 100-watt solar panels on the roof, and they charge this battery, and this runs Alfredo's heating pad and my fridge. And I just wrap the wires in embroidery thread because it makes it look less ugly. And then in this last compartment here, I just keep my camera gear. This is just some laundry that I have to do. And down here is my carbon monoxide alarm. And this is my vanity. You might think that there's makeup in here, but you are wrong. There are snacks dangerously close to my bed. And in the chest underneath, I have more shoes. I got this mattress on Amazon. It's a little bit shorter than a full size, but it happened to be the exact width of the van, which is my exact height. I'm 5'5" and I fit perfectly on this bed. And that's great because being able to sleep this way gives me so much floor space, and I have plenty of room to share. Let me show you my closet. Ta-da! I have my bathrobe, bras and underwear, swim, socks, long sleeve, short sleeves, tank tops, shorts and pants, sweats and comfortable pants, jeans, sweaters and jackets, sweaters and vest, skirts and dresses. I love clothes. I almost forgot to mention that I am selling all the clothes in my closet on Instagram at Janelle's Gas Money. Everything is thrifted and or vintage, so stay tuned for that. Do you see that? That's where I ascended from. Heaven. A question that I get all the time is, can you stand up in your van? And the answer is no. I can't stand up in here. But if I grab my keys and turn on the engine, and open this up, I have plenty of headroom. Also, I can do this. The most recent addition to the van is this 7-foot surfboard. I got it up here with a couple eye hooks and some ratcheting straps, and it's held up so far. It just barely fits in the van. And this is Janelle circa 2005 on an ostrich door hanger. At the head of the bed, I keep my jewelry box, a cup that I always have water in, and then this is my day pack, and this is where my laptop is. And in the corner here, I have something a little special. This is Kitty. I know it's a little strange that I have my dead cat in the van with me, but everything I own is in this van, and that includes Kitty. He died my senior year of high school. I made this urn in my high school ceramics class, and he's still in the bag that I got him cremated in, so he won't spill anywhere. Like, don't worry about that. But yeah, he's my little travel companion. Road trip. I'm so sad. At the foot of my bed, I have a reminder that I never listen to, and then my calendar. Obviously, I am a busy gal. I am booked and busy. Just keep my tripod right here. This little compartment has all my fanny packs. This thing is fake. I keep my keys. I'm always losing them in the van. It's ridiculous. And then I just have a DC outlet right here that has some chargers plugged into it. I have an eye mask, a pocket knife, and a taser. One time a crackhead broke into my van while I was inside, so that is the reason for this purchase. This bar was originally to hang clothes on, but I just wrapped some garlands and string lights around it, and then I clipped my phone holder, a book light, and a little fan. This is the environmental air system that I was talking about earlier, and then I have the remote to the light in Alfredo's cage and the remote to the string lights. So in this compartment above the bed, I have my ukulele that I don't know how to play, and some bubbles, and a yo-yo. I'm pretty raw at this, I'm not gonna lie. And then in here, I have poly mailers for your guys' clothing orders. This is a cassette player that I unplugged because it was making a weird sound. And then in this last compartment, I have all my journals and books and stuff. Last but not least, we are at the back of the van. I just have my wetsuit drying on my ladder. On this side, I have my slack line, and on this side, I have some jumper cables. Tucked in here, I have my essential oil diffuser and my jack. And then this is the garage. This is the Goal Zero Yeti 400 lithium battery. This used to be my main battery, but I just use it as a backup now. And then this is where I put all my surf stuff, and I have another one behind there that is for all my tools. Okay, I am done talking now. Toodles.
Section of my deepest needs. You were there, I knew, now you know me. But when we met, I swear I came alive. My heart turned to jelly and I'm